Hi, my name is Kim Peterson, and I am pausing today to share a few of my reflections from last month, September, which was the National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. This month was established for a few reasons. One, so that we could remember our friends, our family, our loved ones who died by suicide. And in part, I am sharing in the memory of my niece, Stella Cole, who died by suicide almost 1 year ago. Her life was not in vain, and her death was not in vain because she has stirred within me, she has compelled me through her story to step more into vulnerability, take down some masks, to share some of my story and to invite all of us to really bring this topic of suicide out of isolation and into community, out of silence into support. This is something that is, a public epidemic globally. There are over 700,000 deaths by suicide a year. Did you know that in the United States alone, that the second leading cause of our young people aged 10 to 14 is suicide? Did you also know that suicide rates are rapidly increasing for young women, such as Stella? We've got to destigmatize this topic. We have to start having the conversation so that we can better understand, we can better support, and we can better heal together. I want to share that there are many reasons. This is a multi-factor why. We never really know why. There's mental illness, there's addiction, there's physical illness, there's financial illness, if you will, and debt. There's a spiritual component that can sometimes take over as well. Such was the case for me. When I was between the ages of 10 and 14, I experienced childhood trauma that no child should ever have to experience. And I also had undiagnosed at that time depression and anxiety that thankfully I no longer struggle with, but they were real. And then those were compounded on other very real, oppressive circumstances in my life. And as a young child, I did not know how to navigate that. I didn't know how to think about it. I didn't have the social emotional skills or the problem solving skills or the wherewithal to think and to know and to believe that whatever I was going through at that time was temporary. But my thoughts of suicide or a permanent action, there's just such a profound story in there that I will share one day as to how my life was spared. But here's what I want to say today. We need to destigmatize so that we can have more conversations. I hear too many stories of too many young people. What can we do to be a part of the solution? Obviously, this month is also designed to create awareness. And lastly, it's to share a message of hope. And that's really, I guess that's what I'm sharing is we all have a story. We all have a story, and some of us have stories of overcoming real obstacles and maybe even overcoming specific obstacles of a death sentence of despair and wanting to take our life, such as mine. And what I know to be true is there is power in our testimony. There is power in our story, in the words of our story. You can look to that person and say, gosh, If she could do it, if she could overcome, I can too. Wow, he did that. I never thought of that. Maybe that's a resource for me. So we have to start sharing. We have to start talking. We have to start telling our stories so that we are showing what's possible through hope. And for me, hope is an acronym, and the H stands for your healing. The O is about your overcoming. The P is about your possibilities beyond these obstacles, beyond the despair, beyond the oppression. And the E is about the expectancy that your best is yet to come. Hope is about your healing that leads to your overcoming, that leads to your possibilities, that leads to the expectancy that your best is yet to come as you move from fear into new levels of freedom. Come out of isolation and come into the light. Come out of isolation and come into community. Listen, I have been in a support group for suicide bereavement for the last 8 months. If this is something that you need because you've lost a loved one, please reach out to the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. They have support groups if you're the parent, if you're the sibling, if you're the friend, and so much more. If you yourself are struggling, if I haven't said this already, with thoughts of suicide, or you know someone, please reach out to or call or text 988. It is a 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, free and confidential support helpline. It's not an easy conversation. I don't have the perfect words, but what I am is I am willing. I'm willing to have the conversation and to share the message of hope, healing, and awareness. We see you, we love you, we value you, and you are not alone. Bye for now.